I told you, bro. I fucking told you, bro. It's me every time. Bro, it's... This video was so important to me today because I was feeling that energy of, you know what? Who's going to believe in you if not yourself?
Now they do be sleeping on my dog, Jay, man.
Huh? Yeah, I think she is. Huh? I think she is. Oh, she lovely, yeah, you seen her.
It's me every time. That's the energy that you have to have for yourself. Because if you do not, who's going to have that energy for you? Who's going to make sure that you get to where you need to get to besides you? Nobody. Affirm yourself. And I'm not talking about only when you're going through situations that are bad. It's important for you to affirm yourself through anything you do. So when you do things that are good, you have to also affirm yourself because that's like reinforcements. Just like when Yana was saying, it's me every time, it was her after she experienced knowing that what she put into the situation, that energy in, she was able to say, I knew it was going to be me. It's me every time! And sometimes people are not confident enough to say, I knew it was going to be me because they don't have that confidence in order to actually say, hey, I put in all that work that I needed to do in order for me to get what I want. That's what it takes. It's that you have to be able to, one, put in that hard work so that you cannot feel like a fraud. That's really what it is. Because if you don't put in the hard work, if you don't put in the effort, if you don't put in the energy, you're simply going to feel like a fraud. You're going to feel like you have imposter syndrome. You're going to feel like you're not who you think you are. And I'm going to tell you this because I've gone through this myself. That's the reason why I went through a long period of isolation, because in that moment of isolation, I was able to figure out who I was personally. I was able to figure out what energy I reside in. I was able to figure out what feels good to me. I was able to figure out what feels good to have in my life so that when I move forward and do the things that I actually want to do, I won't be held back. I won't be bought into an energy of feeling doubt or feeling lack or feeling scarcity. I will come out of the situation swinging because there will be no fear, because I understand that I've learned, I put in the effort, I put in the work, and now I'm putting in the time and energy so that I can get what I want. That's how you have to move. And when you affirm yourself, it's knowing that every single step that you take, when you know that it's intentional, is going to get you exactly to where you need to be.
Sensational.
If you let people guide you in a direction, they're going to steer you away from who you truly are. And that's one thing I like to say, like the whole streaming university thing, people are talking about that. And streaming university, yes, while that is a big opportunity for a lot of people who are streamers, we have to also take into account that these situations are not only opportunities for people who stream, but they're opportunities for you to figure out what you want within your own life. Some people got in and some people don't. And I also seen that a lot of people were frustrated because they felt like it was a rigged game. The thing is, when you are denied something, when you're blocked from something, when something doesn't come to you, when it's not your opportunity, it's going to feel like, dang, I wanted that. But it's okay, because sometimes things are just not for you. Sometimes if you were to go in that direction, if you were to go on that path, you would literally be in a situation where you feel uncomfortable, you will feel unhappy, and you feel like you were pretty much tricked. You'll feel like, I didn't get what I thought I was getting out of this situation.
Hey, boy, ain't no fucking way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Because in your mind, when you get seeing this opportunity, it's just an opportunity for fame, for additional resources. But the whole thing is that you shouldn't rely on anybody outside of yourself to be able to generate these things for you, to generate or build these things for you. Because when you're building for yourself, that's when you're able to actually cultivate something that you want. But if you go based off of what somebody else can provide for you, you can only get what they give you. So say if you did go to that streaming university, say if you do get into streaming university, you had the opportunity to go there, but you have to abide by their their rules. You have to abide by their set of standards. And when you do things on your own, you have more of an opportunity to just find your own thing. That's the problem in this society, is that too many people are trying to fit in, and not enough people are trying to find their own resources, or trying to find their own teams, or trying to find their own ideas that are going to help build them up. When you are trying to build something for yourself, it doesn't only take one person, it takes a team. Now watch all of these different up and coming people. What person really was out there doing things all alone? What person was really out there doing everything with nobody to work with them? You see, the people who make it, they have a team of people who are also in the same mindset, but they're not piggybacking off of each other's resources. What they're doing is they're all taking everything that they've gained collectively and putting it into the pot, because they know that in the pot will be greater than if they were to just take one person's idea and like make it the focus of everything. That's how a team really builds. That's how a team can create a legacy. That's how you can create an empire. When you have the opportunity to take what this is and what this is and what this is and what this is and what this is, and now this can help you build a solid structure. It's paying attention to who you are as a person. Sometimes it's not getting lost in what is supposed to be, and get focused on what you want, because everything looks beautiful, everything is going to shine. Everything that glitters is not gold, and that's just the thing, and that's okay. Everything that looks cool to somebody else is not going to be cool to somebody else. You know, like there's celebrities out there who are just celebrities. They're not rich. There's people out there who are rich and they don't have anybody around them, and they're not really happy. It's like you think that something is what it is, but it could possibly not be. So that's why you have to build what you want from your own sight. Don't go based off of what anybody else is telling you. If somebody else comes into your life and they have those qualities that can help you build what you're looking to build, then those are great investments. And when I say investments, I'm not just talking about investments as in you put in your money. Anything that requires your energy to be put into it, that's going to take from you. That's an investment. You're giving some of you to give to somebody else. And whether that's money, whether it's time, whether it's love, whether it's anything, everything that you do in your life should be an investment. Because if you want to become something in your life, if you want something greater than what you were given in your life, then you have to invest. Because investing makes you go up. It's like if you're filling up a cup of water, you're investing in that cup of water with more water. If you're gonna just pour, if you're just gonna have a cup and you're just gonna sit there and be waiting for people to pour water in your cup, you're gonna be like, dang, this cup of water is kind of taking a long time to get filled. Like, I probably could fill it up faster if I fill it up myself, but it's harder work to go and get that water for me to fill it up. So I'd rather just let somebody else fill it up for me. And no, that's how life gets difficult, because when you let other people dictate what you are having in your cup, you think people pouring water in it. Whole time they're pouring liquor. Whole time they're putting Red Bull. Whole time they're pouring in their poison. They're putting anything but what you want, because they don't know what you want. Only you know what you want, and you can tell people over and over again what you want, what is necessary for you to be happy, and they're never going to quite get it, because they need a reference point. If you want somebody to recognize what you really mean, they need something to reference it to, because it's like your brain cannot connect the two ideas if they cannot see that there's a possibility of the other, right? So when I say that, I'm saying, like, say if you say to somebody, when I get older, or in like next year, I want to buy a house. Well, if somebody doesn't see that you are in the process of planning to buy a house, or you're not moving, or they don't see you with a lot of money or spending a lot of money, they assume you don't got it. And in those moments, that's when they think, well, this person says that they're gonna do this, but it doesn't look like it. That's what it is. And somebody will literally have cognitive dissonance because they think like that you're a liar. They think that deceiving yourself, or that you're too big for your britches, you got too much dip on your chip. But the whole time, it's not that you have too much dip on your chip, it's just that they cannot see what you're seeing, because they don't have the same perspective as you. They don't have the same outlook as you. They don't have the same ideas as you. So when you tell people your ideas and they don't have that same perspective, they ruin them. Because when you are telling people who don't have the same perspective as you, they are taking that information inside them and they're coming up with their own ideas within their own head. Even if they don't tell you, they're thinking it. And whatever you put out into the universe will come right back to you. So it's like, if somebody thinks, oh, you think you're gonna do this, but really you're not. And then the whole time they're thinking, no, you're not. That's literally putting negative energy into the universe. That's literally putting evil eye. That's the reason why I am a very spiritual person, because I make sure my energy is clear from anybody who is ultimately a deceptive person. And when I say that, it's not that I go out and I'm like, reflector beam, you cannot come close to me, don't touch me, I got a bubble. Like, it's not like that at all. What it is that I understand that some people already have their own preconceived connotations. They have their own preconceived ideas of who they expect somebody else to be, in contrast to who they are, because they see themselves in a certain light. So if they don't see somebody acting in the same way as them, they believe that they are contrast to them. So they think that they are the way opposite. So that's something that people will really think, and it's not something that you have to actually take into account, but it's something that you have to recognize is a factor. There's always so many factors you have to be able to contribute to a scenario. And if you're able to pay attention to the factors that are important, it helps you move the BS and the things that don't matter, the things that are going to take up your time, the things that are going to take up your energy, things that are not going to make you feel good. It's going to literally push that stuff to the side and give you more space so that you can actually bring in what you want. Because when you have too much clutter, too much BS, too much stuff just clouding your mind, your judgment, your energy, it's like you are put in a box, you're put in a space, like, go sit in a corner until you figure it out. And then when you realize that, oh wait, all I have to do is let this go, then you're able to be free. Then you're able to actually build up what you want, actually are able to do what you want in your life. When you're not able to do that, then you feel stuck, you feel like you're stagnant, you feel like you're not moving. But it's just a time of reflection. What is keeping you feeling like that? What's keeping you feeling stuck? And that's why I say it's important to affirm yourself, whether you are in a good situation or if you're in a bad situation, because a lot of the times people will affirm themselves when they're in bad situations. You can redirect your mind when you're thinking bad thoughts. Like, for example, stressed out about anything, you're constantly gonna think, okay, well, how do I do this? 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 You don't want to get yourself in a negative mindset. You want to keep yourself in a high vibing mindset. So you're thinking about these things, you're trying to combat it by saying things that are positive. So you're like, if you're thinking like, oh yeah, this is gonna go wrong, you're like, actually no, it's gonna go right. Those are reaffirming yourself like after the fact. But when you're in situations when you are having good, when you are being blessed, you need to also take those happy moments as truth too. Just because you haven't achieved or you haven't got to a point of where you want to be specifically doesn't mean that you're never going to get there. So every single step that you take that gets you closer to that moment, you're supposed to affirm yourself and know that, yes, I am on the right path. I am doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing. I am going the right direction, and I'm going to keep going the right direction. I'm going to keep on fighting, because every single time that you reaffirm yourself and you affirm yourself in the good moments and in the bad, it's like creating your reality to be conducive with each other. It's like it matches. It's not being in an energy where you feel like an imposter. You can actually feel like, okay, I got this, I understand this, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to actually be able to build from this situation. You don't keep yourself stuck. And that is the energy that's important. That's why I put Yana on this video, because she believes in herself so much. And it's not that she is like overly confident. She is humble about it as well. She understands, like, yes, even though there's other people around, I know that I work my ass off. I know I work hard. I know I do everything that I could possibly do to continue to further myself on my journey. and enjoy it and be happy at the same time. And all of those things add up in a pot, and it creates the perfect scenario for success. And you have your own idea of success, but that's the reason why you have to pay attention to what's important to you. Because if you don't pay attention to what's important to you, you will only be cultivating and building somebody else's dream life. You will help somebody else build their life. And this is why I say this, right? So a lot of people were saying that this scenario is like energy harvesting. And when you think about it, is anything in life can be like energy harvesting. Any scenario where somebody's in a position that's higher than you and they're using your energy to bring in more energy, aka this person's more famous than you, and then you come in with your crowd and they come in with their crowd and they come in with their crowd, and then all together you're getting more energy, which is more views, more people watching, more people around. I don't know why this is being blurry. Hold on. There we go. You're getting more energy around. Regardless, that happens in any situation in life. If you pay attention, this happens in more scenarios than one. A lot of people, they will look up to one person, or they'll see one person as the person in charge, or somebody that they want to be like. And then they will head towards that direction, as in they want to work to be like that person. And that's how people end up getting in the space of, okay, I'm giving my energy to this person so that they can become pretty much more rich, more famous, or more whatever they are in the moment. That's energy harvesting. But sometimes it's all about how you look at it. That's how you know whether something's negative or something's positive, because if you put your energy into something and get nothing out of it, that's when you're being harvested. It's like going to a concert. You're giving your money and you're hyping the people up. You're just making them feel all amazing about themselves. But what do you get out of it if they're not giving you good content, if they're not giving you a solid performance, or they're not giving you something that's gonna make you leave out of here and say, you know what, something can change in my life? What do you get out of that? You don't get anything. So when you switch over to the other side, where it's positive, if you're in a team with people who are all successful, or all people who are trying to build themselves up, whether you're successful or not, if you're just trying to build, you're just trying to create, you're just trying to cultivate something new for yourself, those are situations where it could turn out to be energy harvesting, but it also could turn out to be something that builds you all into something greater. It's like there's levels to it. It's that whole situation started off in the smaller, where it was these people trying to build together, using their collective energy so that they can grow. Then after that, that's when it became more of like everybody else getting energy harvested, because people will pay people who have money. They will literally spend money on people who already have it. Like, that's energy harvesting. Giving everything you got to somebody who already has it, and then there's no thoughts of what you're gonna get out of it, or there's no thoughts of what you benefit from this. Like, there's nothing from it but just to watch something. So those are the things we have to think about when we're trying to cultivate our life, because if you're going to go towards an opportunity and that opportunity only takes from you, it doesn't give to you, it doesn't help you become insightful, it doesn't help you grow in any type of way, then you become stuck. Then you become in a position where you're only helping somebody grow.
Wait, boy.
So make sure you know that no matter what you do, it's you every single time. And make sure that you know that it's you every single time. This has been the 5D experience with your girl Kas the Bestie, where the frequency is high and what? The vibes are real.
Make sure you check out the video dropped on YouTube, Isn't She Lovely by Kas the Bestie. Oh, and my birthday is coming 7/17. If you would like to contribute to the celebration, send it over to Venmo, Kasthebestie.